Hello everybody, I have a unboxing video for you. Well, the thing I'm going to unbox didn't actually come in a box. This is a TUTORO chain oiler oil delivery system. So it comes in an envelope, not a box. We get a little piece of instructions, some tube, and the main components, which are this thing, which you put your oil in, connect to the tube, and then you connect the other end to this, which goes either side of your chain sprocket. So if that was your chain sprocket, it would be like that. And you turn it on, you figure out how much you need to turn it on by measuring, and it delivers oil. You also get these blocks are for helping you when you decide to fit this, and then you basically cable tie this cable and the delivery piece to the swing arm and wherever on the bike. They're cable ties. That's the whole thing. You also get a syringe for taking your oil and putting it in here. Very, very simple. I think it cost me like €35. So I'll fit this on the bike at some stage. And they say you can use normal 10W40 or 20W50 oil in here. It's not fussy. So, and it's not the same as a Scud oiler. It's not meant to be on constantly. The idea here is if you're going to maintain your chain every 400 kilometers, instead of stopping the bike, lifting up the back wheel, lifting up the swing arm, cleaning off the chain, going off, warming up the chain, putting chain wax on it, letting it dry, instead of doing all that, what you do is you put your oil in here. You've already figured out, say you need, there's 2 turns to get about 1 drop every minute. So you fill this up, give it 2 turns, and just go for a drive and enjoy the drive. And when you get off the bike, if it's empty, fair enough. If it's not empty, just turn it off, and when you get going again, you can turn it back on again. And eventually when you're finished riding and this is empty, that's your chain lubed. It's being coated in a new layer of this stuff, whatever you happen to put in here. It's a very lazy approach, but the nice thing I like about it is, if you think about when it rains, a lot of people avoid going out in the rain, but if you're like me, you go out all weathers, you commute. Your normal chain maintenance isn't too big a deal, but when it starts to rain, and particularly if it's constantly raining, you're constantly having to look after the chain after it gets wet. Whereas with this, grab 100 milliliters of oil, put it in, leave it in there, go out in the morning, and if it rains as you're on your way into work in the morning, turn it on, turn it off again. Same thing going home. You could probably keep this with even a refill of oil in it, so you'd at least have your commuting up and down, so you can get home, get off the bike, and forget about it. Whereas with the normal chain lubrication system, you'd have to get off the bike, dry it out, clean it. You'd still need to warm up the chain, only you can't go out riding because it's wet, right? So that's a bit of a problem. So what are you going to do? Do a hair dryer, and then you have to do the chain again, and then of course you could go out as soon as it's dry, and it could rain again, and you're back to square one. So this is quite a simple idea. It's fairly cheap. It doesn't need a vacuum or electronics or battery power or anything to make it work. Gravity, pipe, sprocket. So I'll fit this to the bike. Probably should be extremely simple, so if there's anything needs recording or showing, I'll show you that, and I'll let you know how I get on with it over the next few weeks. So that is the TUTORO chain oiler, and they say TUTORO means buttons, top up, turn on, right off, something like that, which I think is a great idea. Forget, you know, just makes maintenance very, very easy. So we'll see how we get on.